No, that was a good win. I thought we did a good job. I liked the way we came out in the first quarter. I thought we had a lot of activity and did a lot of good things, especially defensively. We had them shooting jump shots at the start, which I thought was important. And now Andre made a couple of long ones, and then Drew made a couple of them, Holiday. But I thought all in all, and Lou Williams made a couple, but I thought all in all we did a good job defensively against them. I like everything on the stat sheet. The 14 offensive rebounds are a little bit disturbing, but I think about 4 of those or 5 of those came near the end of the game. We couldn't quite put them away. They just kept making a shot that would keep it within working distance for them, and that was a little bit disappointing that we couldn't quite knock them out of the box. But I thought after last night and the way we played, to come back and play the way we played tonight was it was encouraging. I think it was very encouraging. So Amari once again I thought had a really good game. Steve really got us off to a good start. He was very aggressive right from the start, made some shots for us, and made some plays. I didn't want to put him back in. When I took him out, I wanted that to be the last that he played and see if we could survive that, and we did a good job with that. So it's a good win for us. It's a home win. We got to continue to try to keep pace with the people above us, and hopefully have the people lose below us. So, that's kind of the way the West is.
Is there anything you can point to in your defense that it's gotten considerably better in the last several weeks? Is there anything you can point to?
Just the coaching. No, I just kidding. No, I just think that the guys, and they talk about it a lot. They talk about how they have to be, we have to get more consistent defensively. And, they've been looking at field goal percentage because that's kind of how a lot of the teams are judged defensively, the good defensive teams. And, we've been moving down or up, whichever way you want to look at it. And I think, now we're almost in the top 10 and we're not in the top 10. And I think that becomes very important for us, especially the way we play and the possessions that we give up. So obviously, it's probably 8 or 10 extra possessions. So defensive field goal percentage, if we're doing good in that area, then, we're pretty good because of the extra possessions. And then I think we've made a real effort to rebound the basketball. So that's made our defense better. And our turnovers, we've done a good job with our turnovers. We had 14 tonight, but we've done a good job with our turnovers. And when we don't turn it over, teams are not, they don't have the opportunity to run out against us and get easy baskets where field goal percentage goes up. So our half-court defense has been pretty good.
What makes you so good when Jay Rich scores 20?
I don't know. I just know that we try to get him off early and get him 20. I don't know why it works out that way, but it just seems like when he plays well against us, and the record speaks for itself. It's now, I guess, 19-3 or something. I never get that right.
18-2, I think. 18-2.
Okay, 18-2. It's just a record that, it's pretty doggone impressive. So, when we look up, we try to figure out a way to get him 20 points. And it seems to make our team go better and play better.
Given the way the last 2 nights went, will you consider picking some spots with Steve again and giving him some nights off?
If he's feeling well, then he'll play. That's his decision there. But we do have a big gap coming up in the first week of March where we play 1 game in 6 days. So I think that's great for him, and I think that's great for Grant. Where they can get some rest and kind of get rejuvenated for that final. I think we have 17 games after that. So it's a good opportunity for us to practice and take some days off and stay sharp, but give those guys the time to get a little extra rest.
Guys, welcome back.
Yeah, it was a great back-to-back. The guys were terrific last night, and tonight we did our job and held home court against a team we should beat. So great back-to-back, and personally it was nice to afford to miss a game and then come back and actually, I wasn't sure how my body was going to feel. It was okay, but the rest did me really well.
Sorry, you feeling pretty good?
Well, I just feel, more than anything, I feel like I had some energy again and some legs, so that overcomes a lot of the stuff that's bothering me. But I still got some work to do physically to get right.
What did you think of the job yesterday? Watching from
Well, Gordon's been playing great. I thought yesterday he was terrific. He made some big shots and ran the team well. So I was excited to see. I think it also gave the guys a lot of confidence, in him that he can handle 40 minutes and play as well as he did. So that was big for our team, I think, in the big picture, not only last night.
The first quarter tonight, especially, seemed like you were back in the flow of things, and it was really good to see.
Yeah, I didn't feel great going into the game tonight, but things went well for me. And the ball under the basket, a lot of it I think has to do with having fresh legs. But for me, it was nice to get back out there, to not tweak anything, to contribute and get some confidence, and hopefully, my health will get better and better from here on out.
Was last night a one-time thing, do you think, or do you foresee maybe?
Well, I can't say. I think there's two ways to look at it. In an ideal world, I feel great and play every game the rest of the way. But if that's not the case, it would be great to get another game or two if we can afford it. So I think it's unpredictable. If we can afford to miss a game or two, if it would help me physically, I'm sure we'll do it. If I don't need it, feel good, then I'd love to play. I don't like sitting out watching.
Steve, you mentioned your back. How about your abdomen?
Pardon me?
How about your abdomen?
It was okay tonight. I was a little, I lacked confidence in it, at times, but, to come through unfazed was good for my confidence in my mind.
So was it more the rest or improved health?
Yeah, I think the rest more than anything. I think when you're struggling and you're tired, that you just fuel one another, and it's a big struggle. And so, to have that rest tonight, I came into the game, I didn't feel great physically, but my legs were there. So some of the ailments, I was able to overcome them because, I had a little juice in my step. So that was much as anything helped me. And I think it was good for me mentally too. After a lot of games and a really difficult kind of all-star break as far as demands of my time and travel. It was nice to kind of just get my mind, I got tons of treatment and didn't do much at all. So other than that, so I think that was important for me.
Do you think if Gordon hadn't finished that game last night, do you think Alvin turns to you about 4 minutes or 3 minutes when the lead's down to 13?
Maybe. I know he was fighting himself tonight, but Gordon's capable, and it's not necessarily always his fault. We happen to play the same position, and granted the most experienced guys on the team, so and sometimes it's not necessarily a slight on Gordon that puts me back in for him.
Yeah, he just says that you're his comfort zone.
Yeah, it's my 14th season, scoring second, so, and like I said, it's not always Goran that's getting subbed out, it's more finding a place to put me back in the game.
Could you was there a point tonight where don't put me back in?
No, I could have kept playing. Obviously it was ideal to not have to play too much so that I can continue to stay ahead of this thing, hopefully, but I was ready to go back out. I think it was more Alvin. It's like, let's really try to keep him out if we can.
Is it hard to know where that line is between where you're hurting the team, playing through injuries versus?
It is, especially because you don't know how the game's going to go. There was a couple of games recently where, I didn't feel good in any of them, but some of them you produce and you play well, considering, and then other ones, you're just out there fighting it the whole night, and you could be hurting the team, but it's hard to tell. I think everyone wants you to play and expects you to play and give it a shot. So you go out there and give it a shot and you just hope for the best. But it's not always maybe the smartest thing. And I thought it took a lot of foresight and confidence and wisdom for Alvin and Steve Kerr and Aaron to say, hey, look, let's just sit you down a game because the West is not an easy place to just start sitting starters down. So it was good.